Hi guys, this is the Java series part 46. In the last session, we have discussed about the final variable and final method. In this session, we will discuss about the final class and final parameter. Let's see this example. Here I have created the class, bike class. Inside this class, I have created the method. And what is the role of this disp method? It is used to print the display on my console. And I have created one more class, Honda2. Here I have implemented the single inheritance type. Inside the Honda2, I have the run method. What is the role of this method? It is used to print running safely with 100 km per hour on my console. And inside the Honda2, we have the main method. We know the main method is the starting point of the execution of the program. And inside the Honda2 only we have the main method. So my file name should be same as this class name only. Okay, my file name is Honda2 only. And here I have created the object for Honda2, that is the child class. And a new keyword is used to create the memory for this object at runtime. And this is the default constructor. Okay, using this object, I call the run as well as the disp method. Okay, so here I have implemented the single inheritance type. So with the help of the object of Honda2, I can access run as well as the disp method. Let me execute this one. This statement is the output for the 17th one. Honda.run. So the control jumps from the 17th line to the 10th line. That is the run method. Okay. So here we got running safely with 100 km per hour. And the control again jumps from the 13th line to the 18th line. Here we have the disp method. Okay. So this method is from the parent class bike class. Okay. So the control jumps from the 18th line to the parent class method disp here. And this is printed here. Now, if I use the final keyword with the class, means what will happen? Okay. Now, if I use final here, means we got the compile time error. The type Honda2 cannot subclass the final class bike class. Okay, if we make any class as final means we cannot extend that class. Okay, so we got the compile time error. The type Honda2 cannot subclass the final class bike class. Okay, so if we don't want to inherit any class means we can use this final keyword like this. I hope you are understood about what is the final class. If we make any class as final, we cannot extend it. Okay. And I have one more example. Here test final one is my class name. And inside this class, I have the speed limit. This is the name of the variable. Its data type is integer and I have used the final keyword here. We already discussed if we make any variable as final means we cannot change the value of the variable, isn't it? But here I didn't give any value to this speed limit. That is, I am not initialized here during the declaration of this statement. So what will happen if I try to give the value to this speed limit means I will get error only. Then what is the solution? Inside the constructor only I can initialize the final variable. Okay. So this statement is called the blank final variable. That is, if we didn't initialize the value of the final variable means that is called the blank final variable. It is also known as uninitialized variables. Okay, so this type of uninitialized variable can be initialized inside the constructor only. If we try to initialize this type of final variable outside of the constructor means we will get error only. Okay, so if we want to initialize the speed limit during the creation of the variable means I can. If I try to give the values after the declaration of the statement means I get the error. So in those situations, we need a constructor to initialize that type of final variable. Got it? So here this is called the default constructor. The name of the constructor should be same as the name of the class. Okay, and here there is no parameters. That's why we can call it as the default constructor. Inside this default constructor only I can initialize this final variable. Okay, so here I have initialized the speed limit. The value is 70. And I print the value on my console with the help of the println method. And main method, execution starts only from this main method. We already discussed. And here I have created the object for the test final one. That is the name of the class. And T1 is the name of the object. New keyword is used to create the memory for this object during the execution of the program, and this is the default constructor. Okay, this default constructor will be invoked during the creation of the object. We know already. Okay, let me execute this one. I got value is 70. So this uninitialized or blank final variable can be initialized inside the constructor only. Got it? And then final parameter. So this is my class name testFinal2. Inside this testFinal2 I have the method cube. Inside this function definition part I have the argument or parameter. N is the name of the variable, its data type is integer, and I have written the final keyword here. So this is the final parameter. If I make any parameter as final means we cannot change the value of this final parameter. Okay, here I have created the m variable and n plus 2. So the value of n and 2 will be added, and the added value will be stored inside the m variable. That value will be printed on our console. Okay, inside this testFinal2 I have the main method. So my file name must be same as this class name only, and execution starts only from the main method. I have created the object for this class, and this is the default constructor, and using this object I call the cube method. Okay, and this is my parameter value. So the control carries this 5 and jumps from the 12th line to the 3rd line, and the 5 will be stored inside the n variable. So let me execute this one. Here 5 plus 2 7. I got the result. Okay, if I try to change the value of this final parameter, is it possible? No. If I try to change the final variable value means we will get error only. I comment this line and I uncomment this one, and here instead of m I write n. Okay, here I try to change the final parameter n value. Okay, so I got the compare-time error. What error is this? The final local variable n cannot be assigned. It must be blank or not using a compound assignment. Okay, so if we make any parameter as final means we cannot change the value of the final variable. And again I comment this line and uncomment this one. I write m instead of n. Now the result is 7. 5 plus 2, 7. Okay, so we have completed the final class and what is blank or uninitialized final variable and what is the final parameter. We have completed this session. If you have any doubts, drop the message on the comment section. If this video is useful to you, like and share. For more videos, subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon, then only you will get the notification for my new updates. Have a nice day. Thank you.